I think as alpha males, okay, look, I got to work out. I got to do this. I got to be up at this time. I got to do this. I got to do that. I got to check off all this stuff. I don't do that anymore. I'll take, for instance, for me to be on work on time, I have to be up at 6:10 in the morning. So my alarm is set at 6:10. That's the latest I can get up. But guess what? I never sleep till 6:10. If I wake up at 4:30 in the morning, I'll start my prayer then with God in my Bible study. If I wake up at 5:30, I start my prayer with God and I do my Bible. I let the Spirit lead me. And guess what? There's days when I'm tired. I sleep till 6:10.
So what would you say, so a dude who just may happen to have stumbled upon this conversation and God's putting on his heart to make some decisions or do some things to better his life, better his family, etc. What would you say is that turnaround time? So from moment of doing something to seeing some of the fruits of the conversation that you and I are having right now, what's that turnaround? A year, 2 years? I know this will be different for everybody, but I want to talk about, like, you got to go low sometimes to then come higher than where you're at. And I think it's helpful for people to hear.
For me, it took me about 2.5 years.
Okay.
To finally, because I was stubborn. My ego was there.
Yeah.
When I went to the first Rise Up Kings and I sat in that ice bath, I BS my way through it. I'm like, this isn't for, man, these guys are a bunch of wimps. Look at them confessing everything. I ain't doing that. I was so stubborn, and of course, God, I got this. I don't need you.
Yeah.
I don't need to be obedient to you. I can handle my own.
Yeah.
It's just that mentality that I used to think that I could do it all on my own. And that it's my will be done, not his will.
Well,
and the more I embrace his will, I find his will is way better than what I thought I could do.
Yeah. Thank you for sharing all that. I think that's so critical for men to hear, because if we hadn't gone there, you hear the beauty of the 340 acres, you hear the beauty of the business, you hear this, and the reality is, like, life is messy and it takes effort and work and energy to be the man that we're called to be. And, like, if anybody's listening to that, that's why they're here, right? They're here because they're trying to better themselves and become the father they know they are made to be, but maybe don't feel like they're operating at their fullest potential, which is the gift. The gift is to pursue the becoming. Like, this is a craft, and a craft, you're never done. You're just always going.
And you said it earlier, being an alpha male, it's like you always want to dominate. You want to control the situation.
Right.
And we force our opinions so much on others because we feel we know what's right.
Right.
And it's totally opposite. It's to be vulnerable, to be willing to submit to the Lord, to be willing to lead in directions that, I'll use for, there's so many instances in my life that to not be so legalistic, because I think as alpha males, okay, look, I got to work out. I got to do this. I got to be up at this time. I got to do this. I got to do that. I got to check off all this stuff. I don't do that anymore. I'll take, for instance, for me to be on work on time, I have to be up at 6:10 in the morning. So my alarm is set at 6:10. That's the latest I can get up. But guess what? I never sleep till 6:10. If I wake up at 4:30 in the morning, I'll start my prayer then with God in my Bible study. If I wake up at 5:30, I start my prayer with God. And I do my Bible. I let the Spirit lead me. And guess what? There's days when I'm tired. I sleep till 6:10.
Interesting. I like that. I mean, that sounds pretty freeing.
It is, because I'm not held by a mindset that, I missed my Bible study this morning. I'm so jacked up. What kind of Christian am I? Jesus didn't have no set time when he prayed.
Yeah. Yeah. That's good.
And so I've learned to get off of that legalistic mindset and just lead by him. So there's days when I may have 2 hours of worship with him. And there's days when I may only have 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And it's not the quantity, it's the quality of time.